All right.
Good morning, James Simoes. How are you, brother?
Hey, Walter, what's up, man? Good morning.
Another day in
Uh,
paradise. James, you want to turn your phone
it is, bro.
sideways? We get more of you there.
Sideways.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
up this way. You go. Yep, there it is. Perfect.
I'm actually on an iPad. Is this what I look like right now?
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
in
COVID James.
COVID James. Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
man,
good to see you, man. How's it going?
good brother. Good. I've been enjoying some relaxing time. Working
Yeah.
more hours, worked, and getting more things produced than I've done in a long time. So, COVID's a great opportunity to work more, was what I've discovered. What about yourself? What have you been working on? I know you're the same.
It hasn't changed. Working, doing a little bit of traveling. I'm not sure if you know. I'm actually on a road trip right now,
It
so
looks
I'm
like you're on the
actually
ground level of a building. So where are
yeah.
you at?
I'm actually in beautiful Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Pigeon Porch, Tennessee.
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon
Eh,
Forge.
We,
What?
yeah, we got some cloudiness, but it's been a good trip, man. And we're actually on our way down to Georgia.
Nice.
Spent some time camping, and then we're gonna turn around and come back. We need to get away, man. It was crazy,
Yeah.
Life is crazy, but it's controlled crazy. So
You're
as long as
traveling with your
we
daughter
have,
too, right?
yeah, my daughter, my fiance.
So that must be a little bit crazy too. A little kid on a road. What do you like? Stop to go to the bathroom every 30 minutes?
No, she's been actually really good, man. We set some ground rules during this trip. We weren't gonna we drove, so we
Yeah.
loaded up the Subaru,
Yeah.
and we didn't want to do any more than like 3 or 4 hours driving.
Yep.
So, but she's been good, man. Keep her fed.
Yep.
Get the iPad hook up. We got a nice little iPad mount for the car seat. So she's been busy,
Nice.
man. She's watching
Yep.
movies about United States history. So she's in her own little world right now. But no, that's great, dude. We're having a good time. It's a good family time. Good to get
That's
away,
awesome.
you know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
man, it's nice to like just catch up with you. And honestly, dude, I'm so thankful to be able to like just come on here. And I hope that I can just make some good content and but mostly just catch up with you, man.
Yeah, absolutely,
Good to see you,
James.
buddy.
So last time we were talking, you had I think it was like 5 or 6 businesses you were working on. You were looking
Nah.
at
I
what have
cut
you
yeah, I
done?
was looking at them. We kind of narrowed it down a little bit.
Nice, good.
Yeah, we've narrowed it down. I'm working with some really good partners. And that just making a big difference. So, I partnered up with David Kaminsky is one of the guys, one of my good friends, Al Santos.
Yep.
And it's just like, you got to have a lot of different power of many is always greater than the power of one.
Yeah.
So it's been helpful, man. And I'm out here, traveling, and fortunately I'm making money.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, man, I guess the real, like, it's just nice to come on here, and hopefully we get to make some decent content, and we
Yeah.
can inspire some people just like you've been inspiring many people.
Yeah, man. I
So
every
tell
time
me.
we talk, James, you always add value. There's always something.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
what is the main thing you've been working on? Obviously you're traveling, so you're just getting back to nature and everything. What has been the
Yeah.
biggest return on investment on the trip so far? And like
Well, the
just
stock
so
the,
everybody,
the stock the stock market is doing great, so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
it's
that's
been a
easy
lot of fun.
that's easy
Yep.
passive income. But before I get into that though, let me ask you a quick
Yeah.
question. Where is this going? Where is this getting streamed right now?
It's on Facebook right now. Drop it into as many groups as you like. I'll drop it into
I'm not.
some
I'm not on
groups.
Facebook. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I pulled the plug. My profile is still there, but I don't
Yeah.
actively use it.
No kidding. So
Uh,
what was the reason? Just didn't need
uh,
it for your
I, I'm not.
business
I'm not
or
gonna. I'm not gonna. Well, no. That's the only reason why I still have the account for the business, because it's tremendous
yeah,
to do business with.
yeah,
But no, I'm all set with big tech, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna start spewing conspiracy theories on this. But I'm just curious. So like, this is on Facebook. This is
Yeah.
on Zoom. Is this?
Yeah.
Is this? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do we have anybody watching?
You know what? I always have people watch. I've convinced
Of course
myself
you
that no
do.
matter what I
Here's
create,
my question. My question is, how many people are watching?
let's see. Let's find out.
I hope 20,
Let's
24,
see.
23.
James, you know they love seeing you, brother. Let's see what I got. So live right
And then
now, we're
you put this on
showing.
YouTube. You put this on
It'll go
YouTube?
on YouTube eventually. Yeah, we'll throw it up on
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah, it'll go on
You
YouTube.
let
It'll go on the podcast, Anchor. It goes everywhere, man. Like
Nice, man.
we're putting it in more and more places, expanding. So we're at 5 right now. Once I start sharing it, we'll get closer to 20, 25. They'll come in, they'll come out. So it's a fun experience. Yeah.
So we got five.
James is saying hi.
We got 5 people. What's up, 5 people?
That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Let me know. Do you have like an artifactory of like an archive of where all these videos go?
I keep it on a mind map. So in the mind map, we know where it all goes. It actually, one video actually creates us about 55 pieces of content. You know, it gets spliced up down to the 1-minute videos, and that gets spread across a whole bunch of different social media. But the main one in its unedited form hits YouTube first, bounces over to Anchor, bounces to the blog on WordPress. Then we copy that over to Bigger Pockets blog. We shift over to still in its original content. We take it back and we drop it on the Facebook in a full version where the captions are going to be, right now this version's on live, but Zoom actually records it. So it'll be your face, my face, your face, my face. So it's more interview style, much more entertaining. The snippets, we'll cut 4 or 5 snippets. We'll drop that in Instagram. Then those go into LinkedIn. From that point, they cut down to a minute. And all that goes across the same 6 channels, right? Once you get down to a minute, it's TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and am I missing one? Yeah, I got Snapchat in there, TikTok, yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah, it splits across a lot. It's a lot of work. like once we take one video, I do all the easy part. Somebody else has to go, and it takes them about an hour to get through all of it.
That's awesome, man. You got a lot going on, Walter. I'm very impressed with what you're creating, man, and you are a good inspiration, man, and people need to know that you're legitimate. You're a big force, dude. And that's awesome, dude. Good for you.
Thanks, man.
Listen. Let me know if I can help in any way.
Yeah.
I have a tech background mostly, so like if I can help in any way, don't ever hesitate to reach out, man. Seriously, we'll grab some beers, we'll talk shop, and do whatever I can do to help you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're always willing to help. Always, every time we talk, you're giving something. So what are you working on right now? I know you still do a lot of that tech side.
Just helping people, man. I mean, that's my mission in life. I want other people to succeed, and I'm grateful that I'm given the opportunities with some of the partnerships I made recently that things are coming to fruition.
Nice.
It's really good. I got to also shout out to my buddy Josh Estrella. He's doing great things with me. Together we're making good things happen. So yeah, man. That's truly my mission, right? And how do I do that? There's many different ways to do it. Real estate. Real estate. Since this is going to Bigger Pockets, I guess we have to talk about real estate in Fall River and how great it is.
At some point, yep, absolutely. Yep.
Seriously, yeah. Fall River real estate is incredible. Great place to invest. We have a lot of great opportunities in different types of careers, like clean energy, alternative energy. We have hundreds of millions, if not $1 billion, of infrastructure improvements going into connecting the South Coast to Boston, which is going to be fucking huge. Can I swear? I don't mean to swear. I'm sorry.
You can swear.
I won't swear on here.
We're like Howard Stern. You can say whatever you want.
You're putting this.
It's completely
TikTok,
uncensored, right? Unedited.
Well, if it's going on TikTok, I got to be careful.
Right. We'll cut those sections out. So the kids don't watch me on TikTok. It's only the adults.
So like, maybe you know this off the top of your head. Do you know how many total followers you have across all your platforms? Like how wide of a reach your platform has?
Depends on the content. The only thing I really track it on is Facebook. I'd say somewhere between 1,500 to 3,000, depending on the content. We've had views as high as 20,000, but that was more entertainment than actual education. Back when we did the
That's like what you putting on a wig and a bra.
Yeah, very close. I had a Daniel Boone hat, So yeah, that's a whole different demographic of conversation we used to do.
Of course.
But it brought us more contractors than anything else. It was just weird. Yeah.
But yeah, Fall River, great place, man.
Yep.
Beautiful historic, a lot of history there. I'm very, very, I'm going to be investing a lot into Fall River. I'm going to continue investing a lot into Fall River.
Yep.
It's just a matter of time before, you're not going to be able to touch anything.
Yeah, I know. We're already seeing it, right? We're already seeing where there's a barrier to entry that never was there, right? When I started, I was buying 3 families for 150. Now 3 families are 300. And me and Ron talk about it. And we're like, man, like this. Imagine if we didn't start when we started. Like getting into this game would be, you'd really have to think about it. It'd really be tight. Whereas we can still buy these because we're buying cash flow at this point. Before it was like no money down and it's still cash flow. It made a ton of sense.
Yeah, that no cash down, man. I always advise like my friends and family to be very wary about that, and also the confer, also very wary about that. I think cash flow is king. I've always been about cash flow.
Yeah.
But back to your point, I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't want to pull numbers out of thin air, but I really feel those $300,000 houses will be worth 500, 600,000 in the next 3 to 5 years.
We think that with all the inflation going into the market right now, with all the quantitative easing they're doing, with lowering the interest rates, I mean, what direction could they go, right? What choice is there other than massive inflation and everything? The things that go up during massive inflation are gold and real estate. That's what, when you drop a bunch of money in normal people's hands, gold and real estate go up in value because what we shift to real estate, we shift to gold and real estate. Those are safe assets. You're exactly right.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know too much about gold, but that's great. One of the things that I hope comes out of this, you mentioned the word inflation, which is a bitch, right?
Yeah.
Inflation's going to be a bitch, and people need to be very concerned about inflation because the prices of groceries, the prices you're paying for takeout, they're not going down. They're not going down. They're only going to go. They're going to stay where they are, and they're only going to go up. So you need to find out how to get your pay up, get your cash flow up. And what I'm hoping comes from this is there's a lot of millionaires being made right now. I mean, if you invested 50 grand into the stock market in April, you're probably close to $1 million right now, right? So what I'm hoping comes out of this is a lot of people like us, like your viewers, that are inspired to help other people, want to create businesses, and then be able to want that genuine need to, pay people for what they're worth and help them improve their lives, because that's how we get out of this, man. You know, it's by being kind and being grateful and helping other people.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the secret, right? That's the secret sauce, is help people move forward, right? Now, as far as building millionaires, you have to help people make money. What is one of the avenues that you see is a big opportunity right now for people to go in and create new jobs or create new opportunities? I mean, you have a tech background, right? So that's where all the big money is right now, is in tech, Facebook, Amazon. Like, we're seeing, Elon Musk start with PayPal. Like, there's a lot of different people doing tech side that are really making, billions, right? Getting huge. What do you see as an opportunity for somebody small starting out, getting into, digital marketing or some form of tech?
I think that there's a big push right now in marketing. It's really hot. Lead generation, creating, online real estate blocks, essentially, trying to rank up in Google, and then sell those leads. That's hot, and that's always gonna be a big thing, because you're gonna always have the contractors that just don't want to do that, right? They want to focus on what they want to do. They want to build houses. They want to do flooring. So that's like a hot market to get into. And there's a lot of great resources in Fall River, with that. And David Kaminsky is one of them. So if you want to get involved with that, he's a great guy to talk to. So I see that being a great potential, and that's also just as creative as it is technical. So to me, that's like my sweet spot. Like, I love technical and creative, like where they merge. The other thing that I see big happening, and again, I can only speak to what I know in my backyard, right? And my backyard is Fall River, right?
Right.
So I also see there being a lot of potential with cannabis. Especially cannabis and tech. So it, not to I don't want to talk about too many of my projects, because but I started up Discover Cannabis, which is a pretty cool thing. And it's actually, when I was going to turn the lights off on it, things started picking up. So it's funny how that works.
So what is it? What is Discover Cannabis? That's the education website, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty novelty product right now. You essentially just go on there, take a survey, and it recommends you what type of strain cannabis might be good for your ailments. So like you could go on there and check the box that you're feeling anxious or depressed, that you don't want to feel high, that you have little experience with cannabis. And essentially what it will do, we crunch up, we have an algorithm and it crunches up against our database. We have a really cool graph database with like, I think maybe 3,000 different strains. And then it ends up spitting out what and why, what to try and why. The next level that we're seeking investments for is to get it to the where, right? So where do you find that product? And eventually it'd be like delivery, pre-order, stuff like that. So we're talking to a couple different online shops and some local dispensaries. So we'll see how that goes.
This is all in Fall River right now. You're from Fall River, you built this in Fall River, and you're keeping it local, but obviously you're looking to expand outside of the city to, you know, help more people.
Yeah, we're going to be, our HQ is going to be in Fall River forever, man. Right? Like one of my dreams is take one of those mills, completely gut the inside, nice open space. And, you know, just dude, you know, and then just to kind of anchor this back to like my mission of helping people. So I created this other startup called Poco. This is probably 5 years ago, and we do like online meetups. It's essentially for everybody else, not for me. You know, I don't make any money. In fact, I lose money on it, but it's okay because I get people together, and you know, just get the ideas flowing, man. And there's a lot of smart people there, dude, brilliant people. So yeah, so like, you know, the whole goal is, I don't see why the South Coast can't be the next Silicon Valley, like of the East. We have the space, real estate's cheap. We have untapped talent. We have great schools.
Absolutely.
We're centrally located between Newport, Cape Cod, Providence, Boston. If you don't see if come on.
It's, right. I mean, we have the human capital, right? All of the kids coming out of Fall River and the surrounding communities are, you know, getting educated well, right? They're going to UMass. They're going to there's dozens of great colleges in
BCC.
Yep, there's dozens of great colleges right in Rhode Island that are, you know, next level colleges. We got BCCs always expanding. I mean, they got satellites all over the state, so it's a growing community of great education. And one of the only things I see missing is the entrepreneur starting the idea, because most of the people coming out of school, unfortunately, are just looking for jobs. They're just looking to work for somebody, and they haven't quite decided that they can be their own boss. And I think that's the biggest issue we have in Fall River. By having entrepreneurs like you who are starting the jobs and saying, hey, look, if you just need somebody to follow, here's what I'm doing, you know, jump in and you'll get paid as you go. There's plenty of people who are willing to work. It's just that they don't have I don't know if it's not having the guts or the belief in themselves that they can do it, right? Whereas for you, it's just obvious to you. Like, it's like, yeah, of course I can do it. Why wouldn't I, right?
Of course. And you know, and I think the other thing is like, you know, there has to be, you know, people don't want to work for peanuts, you know. We need to get high paying jobs. You know, we need 6-figure jobs to be the norm. And with tech, you can easily do that.
Right. Yeah, that's what Silicon Valley is built on. You know, the houses over there are $700,000 houses from, you know, having these big tech companies around them. And, you know, to do that in Fall River, what do you think the next step is to wake Fall River up, just to get everybody here to recognize that they have value and that they can actually do something with their lives and take those degrees that they're having, instead of going working for somebody else, create their own business? What do you think that next step is?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what you just said. It's wake up. You know, it's be aware of what's going on, absorb as much as you can, and just like, you know, it's all about getting up, grind, hitting your head against the problem so many times that it finally just sinks in. That's it, man. But you know, we have to be a little cautious about. You know, you mentioned house market, 700 grand houses in over in California. You know, we can't make the same mistakes that they made. California's a fucking sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but
that's fine.
From what I see,
California, mine.
I've been to San Francisco. I was in San Francisco a few years ago. Would I live there? Hell no. And now basically what I hear in the news, absolutely not. It's like hell on earth. And we have to learn from those mistakes and not do them here, right? And it's all about just being kind, man, respecting your brothers and sisters, doing God's work ultimately, right?
Yep.
Just that's it, man. Like we got to be careful. There's a lot of opportunity, but with great power comes great responsibility.
Right. Hey, Spider-Man, right? That's some of the wisest words.
Yeah.
What was it? Spider-Man's uncle there. What was his name?
Ben.
Ben. That's right. Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Uncle Ben.
So it's definitely a responsibility to, you know, start your own business. It's definitely a responsibility to have employees and bring people through and actually create jobs. What do you think stops most people from doing that, from taking to that next step?
I think it's, you know, I think we could easily find the answers to that by asking them, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody's watching, if you feel in this position, chime in, right? Like this doesn't have to be one way. This can be a three-way, you know?
We're a 25 way. There's 25 people watching us on Facebook
awesome.
right now.
Awesome.
We got options.
Any questions, you know, is there a way for them to people to do Q&A?
Yeah, they can ask one of Mike, how are you, brother? They can ask in the chat box. So
awesome.
So one of the things I see from entrepreneurs, right, is that, well, not entrepreneurs, normal people, right? They just want the opportunity handed to them with a little, you know, piece of paper. It's almost like they want to come out of college and work for McDonald's, but with their degree, right? They wish that they could just walk into a company and have all the instructions on how they're going to make money, and they'll go and do it because they're workers, right? That's what our city produces, is hard workers. But then there's no company out there that's designed for them, right? They're coming out of college with these high efficiency degrees. They have all this knowledge, and they get into the workforce, and the workforce is saying, we don't need bean counters. What we need is somebody to create something. We need somebody to create a new job, create a new industry. And that's what people are paying for, right? Like some of the marketers I know are making a killing because they're going in and instead of being told what to do, they're saying, hey, let's try this, let's try this, let's try an experiment. You know, a lot of what you do with your companies is you're experimenting. You're just testing it out, seeing if it works. Some work, some fail, but you do more of the things that work and you drop the ones that don't. And even sometimes those ones that don't, you let them run for a little while to see if maybe you just judge them too fast.
Right.
You know?
No, you're absolutely right, man. And you're absolutely right that the people that come out of our backyard, man, they're tough. They're super hardworking, man, and like they take that for granted. They, you know, they just don't think that life is big, man. Like the world is a big place. And there's a lot of people, and you know, it's all about just either, you know, somebody told me once, it's either find something that makes a little impact on a lot of people or make a big impact on a small amount of people. And if you want to create a product, or if you have an idea of how to improve something, just try it. You know, come to it. You know, you asked how to get started in Fall River. Well, I'll tell you right now, come hang out with me at a Poco event at the BIC. The BIC is the Business Innovation Center on Columbia Street. Shout out to Chris Nielsen.
Chris Nielsen, there he is.
Chris Nielsen, he's a monster. Is he on this call?
He will be.
Oh, nice.
He follows a lot of this stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll tag him later.
Yeah. The BIC's a great place. You know, the BIC, I've had many nights where I go in there at 11 o'clock at night and I'm there till 4 a.m., you know, grinding, hustling with a couple people, and we're just creating. And it's, dude, it's fun, you know, it's really fun.
Yeah.
So that's how that's a great way to get started.
Yep. Absolutely. I agree, man. It's a great little community Chris been able to create over there. And the fact that you're capitalizing on that as an entrepreneur in the city, it creates more opportunity for other entrepreneurs, right? If they know, they can just walk up to you and be like, hey, you know, James, I just got to college, or I'm still in college and I got this idea. How do I do it? Like, I know you're the type of person who puts those pieces together. Like that, you just have fun with it. You're a strategy guy, right? Like all day, you're just like, hey, you got this skill. This is what people want. Like, here, go and make this business. And you don't even like ask for a piece of the business, which blows my mind, which by the way, maybe you should work on. But it's because think about it, add value to them. If you stayed in the business, you know, yeah, you'd make money, but also you'd make sure they don't fuck up too much. So like you got to look at it that way. Is if you stayed in the business, you can help further.
People only learn by fucking up.
Yeah. Just put them back on track. You'd be there, put them back on track. You know, they fall, pick them up, and then.
If I get involved too early, they won't learn.
There's sometimes that side of it. Yeah.
Fail hard. Fail
Yeah.
hard is fine, dude. Fail hard is fine. Most of us are all
Yep.
young anyways, right? So we
Yeah.
can go bankrupt right now. We can lose everything, and it's still gonna be okay.
We're talking about people in their 20s. You know, Robert Kiyosaki has a book, and he says if you lose all your money, you know, you go bankrupt, you lose all your money before 30, you still got plenty of time to solve things. Because most people don't even get their shit together till 30. So if you're in your 20s, it's like, yeah, go bankrupt, go make a mistake, like go so big, and have the opportunity to fail. Because if you do, like, you got plenty of time to fix it up. Hopefully you
Still
don't.
hurt.
You know, you get somebody like James around you to make sure that you don't. And yeah, take all the right steps, but you also have to be humble enough to say, yeah, I can't do this by myself. You know, I gotta get some help and reach out to somebody. What's the easiest way to get in touch with you, James? If somebody did want to find you, since you're not on Facebook anymore, since you're incognito.
Yeah. My profile is still there.
Yep.
A Twitter, Logic of James. You reach out to me on pocostud.io. Poco Studio, and then the dot between stud and IO. You'll put this all in the on the page.
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna put it right on your name right now, actually.
Yeah. So Logic of James on Twitter, all one word, and Poco James at pocostud.io. And yeah, man. If anybody, wants to reach out, absolutely, I am here. So did we have any questions? Because I got to wrap this up in the next couple minutes because we actually have to check out of this hotel.
Yeah, no questions. We're gonna tie this down now. What are the 3 pieces of advice you give somebody who's looking to take it to the next level, who's right now seeing COVID happening? They got a little bit of skill with the computer. They're in their 20s. What advice would you say? 3 pieces of advice. Take action now. Like, what would that be able to move them forward?
I'm gonna quote Elon Musk on Joe Rogan this week. I'm gonna say the virus is in the mind. Second of all, read. Third, network.
Yeah. Even now we're doing it. We're networking right now via Zoom. You know, we're on Facebook Live. Like, this is still networking.
And if I was in Fall River, man, I'd be in your office if you were okay with that.
Hell yeah, man. No, because the virus is in your mind anyway. We can mask up if we had to.
Yeah.
The way I see it is, if you're hanging around your 2-year-old kid, you're fine.
I'm not trying to. It's my opinion, right? It's my thoughts. So if I offend anyone, I'm sorry, but it's how I feel.
No, there'll be people who are offended. Absolutely, guaranteed.
Yeah,
God bless them all, right? But at the end of the day,
listen, I get offended. I get offended.
Yeah. You're not coughing your season.
The further south I've traveled, the less restrictive it is. I mean, this place is open for business. We were in the
Jordan's been
pool
open for weeks.
I worked out in the morning.
Yep.
In the gym, which was awesome. Restaurants are open. You can dine in. I went to a barbecue joint last night. I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's great. So
we just got permission to open outdoor dining. I'll be going to the Wharf, Peter Cabal's place in Saturday with Jeff Mello. We're going over there to check it out.
Oh, that sounds
outdoor only. Like, we're only eating outdoors, man. Right? It's going to be a good time.
If the weather's nice, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice. And then my buddy Matt Oliver, we're going to go down to Tel Aviv on Friday, smoke a cigar, check it out. But again, outdoors. Like, they're not letting us in the building.
Even better.
So you don't
want to be smoking inside anyways.
No, exactly. This is healthy for us. We can get some sun.
DJ Matteo. I've seen him a handful of times during this pandemic.
Oh yeah, he's staying active, man. He's doing music via the stream, right? Instead of going out doing events, he's just streaming late at night or whatever, just to keep people entertained.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got it, man. You got to find ways to do it. Well, listen, Walter, good to see you, man. I hope you hold down the fort.
Of course.
At home. I'll be back. I'm not sure if I'll be back next week. We're thinking about maybe doing some elongated stay, maybe in Florida till like maybe July. Coming back up later in the end, like middle of the summer. But I don't know, man. We'll see. Either way, I'll probably have to fly back. I'll probably have to fly back and forth a few times just to tie up some loose ends. But it was awesome seeing you, man. And I hope that
James. I'm glad to hear you're traveling. I definitely want to hear more about your travels as you're going through them. So maybe in a couple of weeks we'll connect again, find out how Florida was or where you ended up deciding to go. So James, Simoes, Logic of James. Cheers, brothers. Cheers to your success.
Cheers, brother. Hey, good to see you, man. Take it easy, Walter.
James, hey, when you have a choice,
always go with the best.
Always work with the best.